Okay, guys, how are we doing? Welcome to the shout out. So excited for this episode. We've got Jasmine from MXG Sounds. Jasmine, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm good, thank you. I'm good. How are you?
We're really good. We're really good.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
Excellent.
Jasmine, we were sent to you. You were sent to us by Sam Thomas, absolute legend, friend of the show. Really excited to find out what it is you do. And let's talk about it. But first, we're going to do the quick fire questions.
The most
Okay,
important
I'm
part. I've
ready.
got 10 questions. First thing that comes to mind, don't think about it too much.
Okay,
And we'll go from there. We can go back if you want to think of an answer, we can go back to one. But first
sure.
question is your favorite artist of all time.
Iron Maiden.
Nice. Current favorite song.
Oh no. Just anything from the new Architects album. I can't pick.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice. What's your favorite venue to see live music?
Think Tank in Newcastle.
Shout out. Nice.
Oh.
What's the best gig you've ever been to?
Iron Maiden and Shinedown.
Nice. What was the first instrument you ever played?
Guitar.
Nice. If you could create a festival, what three artists or bands are headlining?
I'm gonna go with Red Hot Chili Peppers, Jack Fox, and my guy Sam Thomas.
Nice. Bit
Yes.
of lavender on a Sunday.
I'd buy a ticket straight away.
Nice. What is your post-gig meal?
Kebab, gotta be.
Doner kebab, chicken sheesh?
We've had
Mix of both. Mix of both.
Oh,
Covered in
yes.
chili sauce.
Mix.
Oh.
Ah, great answer.
Yeah.
Right. If you could change one thing about the music industry, what would it be?
Make it more inclusive.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What is your least favorite genre of music?
Oh, I can't get away with country. I can't
Oh,
stand
yeah.
country music.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, I can't get away with it. It's so boring in my eyes.
Oh,
Respected him, but I just can't get away with it.
That's fair enough.
I love it.
Audi or Lidl? Final question.
Aldi, 100%.
Oh, Dan's going to get
I
really
don't.
upset. Everyone says Audi.
No, I don't know if Lidl's just bad up north, but I'm obsessed with Lidl. Lidl is my life. Every
I'll be
single day.
honest, I don't think I've ever been to a Lidl. So we've got an Aldi not far from us, but I don't think in my 26 years of living I've ever been to a Lidl. It's just a rip off
Oh,
Aldi.
Actually, we have an episode that is coming out in 55 minutes, Dan. The one with Georgia Nevada. She said Lidl is an Audi version of Audi. So she basically said
Yeah,
that Lidl is a crap version of Audi and Audi is a crap version of
no,
other supermarkets. So
no,
I agree.
she's right.
Lidl only has a bakery.
no.
Yeah,
It's got so much. The problem with Lidl is they peak so high with the bakery. Everything gets compared to the bakery, but like everything else, if you ditch the bakery, it's just a really good shop. I think
yeah.
personally.
It's a rip
Audi.
off Aldi.
Yeah, it's anyway. Well, that was a great. We modified the quickfire questions because obviously we don't have a musician. Well, you might be a musician. We don't have a recording artist on like we normally do. Why don't you just give the audience and myself and Dan like a quick rundown of what is MXG Sounds? What do you do there?
Sure. So it's a free digital magazine and it spotlights unsigned music. So any genre, any level, any talent, anything like that. If you're an unsigned musician anywhere in the UK, doesn't
Yeah,
even have to be like a band. We've had people who are sort of saxophonists be interested, stuff like
really.
that. Yeah, man, like any unsigned musician, if
Even
you're
country
interested,
artists.
I would make an exception. I would make an exception.
You've even had
I
some
would.
dodgy band called No Rest for Spacemen in there as well.
We have, we have, yeah, when the new single came out. But yeah, just any unsigned artist, we just want to spotlight. I say we, I always say we. It's mainly just me.
Yeah,
Mhm.
And I just want to spotlight it as much as I can.
that is
Love
so
it.
cool. How did you start it? What was the inspiration behind the whole?
So basically, to cut a long story short, when I was a teenager, I would go to a lot of unsigned gigs, a lot of independent gigs, like at Think Tank in Newcastle, which is why it holds such a special part, like
Yeah,
place in my heart.
Mm.
And I met some of the people that I'm still friends with now, and I would go all the time, and I would enjoy it more than I would enjoy bigger gigs,
Mhm.
because the passion, the energy, it's a
yeah,
completely different vibe. And as obviously life gets a bit busier, I sort of took a step back from the scene. And then I met Sam Thomas because he joined my place of work. So we met, found out he
oh,
was a
cool.
singer, started going to his gigs, and then he started doing open mics. And he brought me back into the scene. And I realised that there wasn't quite the same amount of spotlight. Like it still hadn't been, exposed as much as I feel like it should have been the unsigned scene. And I remember it was when Linkin Park were coming back as Emily with their singer. And I thought, how many people do you think are falling over to try and get an interview with Linkin Park right now when there'll be an
Yeah.
unsigned artist that's just released a song that's just as good that I
Yeah.
could sit down with? So that was the inspiration behind like the unsigned scene for MXJ for me.
It's
That is so cool.
such a link with what basically what we done as well. Like obviously you're seen up in the north. That's pretty much what we said about down here, but took us ages to get started. But that's like a big thing. Unsigned artists don't get enough shout outs, don't get enough spotlights.
Sure.
So like what you're doing is
100%.
is
I know,
brilliant.
and you can go to one of these small venues in your local town, and some of the bands will be absolutely incredible, and just no one's heard of them, and no one's given them the time of day for it, and like they're just not. Like that's why what you do is so important because you just need to just give them a funnel to show people what it is they do and who they are, because that's a lot of time that's all it takes is just see them
Yeah.
once, learn who they are, and then they'll be hooked. But that's why we've got you on, man, because I think it's just such a cool like story to like just say like we just want to show people these incredible artists because there's just
Yeah,
it's
man.
not out there, is it?
You're 100% right. It's why we spearhead the Support Your Scene campaign, which is about
Mhm.
going to like the smaller independent gigs. I remember, I'm gonna name drop, I'm sorry, but we had an interview with a band called Rituals,
Mhm.
and they were saying like, for the price of what you pick up for your lunch when you go to work, you can go see some incredible bands, but
Yeah.
people won't because they think it's a cheaper ticket, they're not going to get as good of an experience. But I argue most of the time you get a better experience. It's more intimate,
Yeah.
it's more personal, and the smaller bands have to scream louder to be heard. So that's why I've always found unsigned gigs a lot better than bigger gigs.
Yeah, totally. That's an interesting point about the money as well. Like you think of some of these big bands are charging like hundreds and hundreds of pounds to see a set that you've probably seen like loads of times
Yeah.
anyway. So that
Yeah,
then knowing that when you go to see one of these gigs in a small venue, the passion that is behind there is just it's just completely unmatched.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's just
100%.
yeah, that's what it's so cool. Well, let's talk more about that. What was the venue that you said in Newcastle that's your
So
favorite?
it's a place called Think Tank.
Think tank.
It's like so we've got like the gay scene in Newcastle, which
Yeah,
is like full of these bars and venues, and it's just great. Um, and I remember so vividly, I'd go see bands that are huge now.
yeah.
Maybe not necessarily in Think Tank, but bands such as like Bring Me the Horizon, who couldn't even pull a
Nice.
crowd of 20 and are now like selling out shows and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and I would go and I would like go stand outside and have a conversation with a drag queen and then go next door and like go to a gig, and it was just class. And I was
That's
like, I
cool.
love this as
Yeah,
my life. Do you know what I mean? It
that's
was just so
really
good,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool, man. So what the MXG says you obviously you have the magazine. Do you write the magazine?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, cool. What can people expect when they like subscribe to your magazine? Like what kind of content we got?
So we do, it's not like one of these magazines where, this is what this person's getting up to and this is the relationship they're getting in. It's none of that.
Yeah,
It's basically a showcase. So there's a few different bits because we sort of market it towards consumers and we market it towards artists.
cool.
So you've got your consumers. So like here's some artists that we really feel like need to be shouted about.
Mm,
And then it'll just be like a profile on them or maybe an interview, something like that. Every magazine has its own separate interview with whoever the cover artist is at that time. So,
Nice.
we've had Rituals, we've had Jack Fox. And then we'll have a four artist bit. So we have something called the soundboard, and basically artists can ask questions and they be answered by artists themselves, so
oh,
people who
that's
have lived that
wicked.
experience.
Nice.
Because there's a lot of people that I find when I've talked to people to do with MXG, they know what they want to do, they just don't know how to do it. So if I can help in any way and make it more inclusive, I will.
Love it.
I love the idea of having a like a message board where artists can reply to the fans asking them questions. That's so cool. How often do you release new magazines then?
So it's a quarterly magazine, comes out
Yeah.
every 3 months.
Wicked.
We've had a little bit of a break, but we're about to make a comeback.
Nice one.
So it's like it's the idea is because this is our third issue coming out. The idea is it's meant to be like every 3 months. It will be back on track with that. Obviously, like got a bit busy for both me and Sam. But yeah, it's every 3 months.
Yeah, I mean, we speaking. There's a guy in our local scene called Black Carrot who he's got a magazine. He was explaining to me like the amount of work that goes into
Yeah.
making one of these
Yeah, it's a
magazines
lot.
must be absolutely unreal. And you're doing it all on your own as well.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, my husband very kindly helps me. You know,
Yeah.
I get advice from Sam is a huge help. Obviously the artists that get involved in the soundboard and stuff like that. Because I mean, I'm not a musician, so it's like, for example, I could be writing about a band and I need to know something about drums and I've got no idea,
Yeah.
so I'll message Jack because he's a drummer. Do you know what I mean? So I get help here and
Yeah.
there. But the articles, the design, everything, it's pretty much all me. Yeah.
What's like the goal for it? I know you're obviously saying release one every 3 months, but like, is there like a future plan, like 2 years time? Is there anything like down the line for like your own gigs and showcases or like other types of interviews?
100%. So, like I say, me and Sam are starting to work together a little bit,
Hmm.
and because he's very much event management and I'm very much promotion.
Hmm.
So we did our event on August 9th, which was playlist and house party, and that was sort of like the first coming together that we were gonna do. Because I'm very much interested in events management myself, and he's very much interested in a lot of the stuff that I do. So we sort of just
Yeah.
come together and put our strengths together. So definitely having their own showcases. The
Hmm.
dream would be a festival. It would be that would be the
Nice.
absolute dream.
Yeah. It'd be
If you need an opener for the small tent about 1 o'clock, we're there.
we'll be there.
Oh, headliners, man. Headliners all the
Oh.
time.
Oh, wicked. So you're not a musician at all. You just love the game, you know.
Literally, yeah. I mean, I can play a couple of instruments, not very well, but I can basically play a few instruments. But I used to be in bands and stuff, but it's just not for me. I'd rather shout about the musicians, go see the music. I prefer that than trying to play it myself.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that. And that's such a cool story, Jasmine. That what you're doing is so important to have people we need more people like you dotted around the whole country doing what you're doing. It is
Yeah.
like wicked. Thank you. Thank you as a musician for doing what
Genuinely,
you
yeah.
do, honestly.
That's why I'm doing it, man. Just for stuff
Yeah.
like that. I just wanna help. If I can help, I will. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It's so important. I mean, the music scene in this country is absolutely insane. Like the unsigned talent in this country is unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just not been shouted about enough. That's it.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. It's why we do like the vlogs and stuff. So I have like a personal YouTube where I do vlogs where
Oh yeah.
because the magazine's every 3 months, obviously I know there's like that gap where,
Mm.
you know, people will not be maybe as interested. So then I have a YouTube channel where I do vlogs of like going to open mics, going to gigs and all
Love
that
it.
sort of thing. Because it's like you
Yeah.
can read it, but you want to see it, don't you? You want to see
Yeah.
what an
Yeah.
open mic is like. So yeah, I do that as well.
What's the channel called? Shout that out for us.
It's Miniature X Gothic. It's just the same as all of my
Ah,
socials, and
okay.
it's the vlogs are on there.
Wicked. And this, so the Instagram and that's all the same.
It is, yeah.
All right. Yeah, everyone go check it out. Drop a follow, drop a subscribe to Jasmine. Some great content there. Speaking of unsigned artists, so let's get some songs on the playlist. I bet you've got some good
Yes.
for us.
So we have a shout out podcast playlist, kind of stolen from the Sam Thomas TikTok channel. But basically, we want you to add 2 songs to the playlist. It can be any music you like. It could be unsigned artists. I'm sure we might get some unsigned music in there. Or it could be an Iron Maiden song if you want to put an Iron Maiden
You
song in there.
can,
So yeah, give us 2 songs and we'll whack it in the shout out podcast playlist.
Sure. So the first one I want to go for is Rolls Royce by Jack Fox. He's come up to do his first solo show at the Stand on Sunday, and he's released a track for it, which is insane, like its own
Nice.
theme song, and it's very, very good. And
Yeah.
then for the second one, I have to put my lad Sam in there, man. Like I have to put
Yes.
Double Rum and Confidence because I wouldn't be doing this without him. So
Yes.
Double Rum and Confidence by Sam Thomas, please.
That is a banger as well. We already got Lavender in there. I think we have 2 Sam Thomas songs actually.
yeah, well, that might be on an older
Yeah,
playlist.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think we should merge all the playlists because what someone's came on in season one or something. So we're
Yeah,
going to
yeah, yeah.
merge the playlists into one big playlist.
That is on
Excellent.
there.
Yeah, Sam will be on there a couple of
Big
times.
shout out, Sam. Yeah, I
Big
think
shout
it's
out.
Drive By. We've got Drive By on there as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh, banger.
Chilling, chilling. Look, yeah, guys, check out the playlist. I feel like I don't shout out the playlist enough on this podcast, but you can follow the playlist. There's loads of tunes from loads of cool artists on there from all over the country. It's wicked. Check it out. And Jasmine, thank you so much for coming on the show. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Honestly, it's
Thank you.
such
Thank you
good
for
work.
having me, man.
But thank you for coming on, and thank you for watching this episode of the Shout Out with Danny V and Dan Wood and our amazing guest Jasmine from MXG Sounds. Drop her a follow on Instagram, follow her YouTube, subscribe to her magazine. It's coming out soon, and yeah, keep up with everything she's doing. She's doing great work.
Thank
Peace.
you.
Au revoir.